This is a world scarred in part by hatred. This is a country, the United States, where an election has raised fears that attacks against minorities will rise yet further. Since last week's vote, some churches have been defaced. Hateful graffiti with swastikas and the phrase "Heil Trump" scrawled on the side. There's been post-election verbal bullying, too. Children at this school in Michigan chant "Build a Wall," echoing Trump's call to keep Mexicans out of the U.S.
You definitely saw greater visibility of cyberbullying from the conservative crowd. There were all kinds of cyberbullying, everything from memes to personal attacks to crowd chants. It also reflected what was happening in person at Trump events, where you saw this mob mentality.
But now, more than ever, there's one place in particular where hatred seems to be increasingly concentrated, and there's pressure for that to end. In the relative anonymity of the internet, cyberbullying is on the rise. Anyone who's ever ventured a political opinion online has felt the wrath of the ever-present internet troll. Twitter says it wants to delete internet hatred, but admits it can't eliminate hate speech altogether. The company is now training staff to ferret out abusers, and it's giving users a mute button to simply turn off tweets from abusive users. On Twitter's official blog, the company said the amount of abuse, bullying, and harassment we've seen across the internet has risen sharply over the past few years. In the worst cases, this type of conduct threatens human dignity, which we should all stand together to protect. Incoming First Lady Melania Trump says she'll make cyberbullying a signature issue.
It is never okay when a 12-year-old girl or boy is mocked, bullied, or attacked. It is terrible when that happens on the playground, and it is absolutely unacceptable when it's done by someone with no name hiding on the internet.
Her husband has often been accused of cyberbullying himself, against comedian Rosie O'Donnell, against Fox's Megyn Kelly, and others. But now he says he wants to unite the nation and urges those who commit violence or hate speech in his name to stop.
I am so saddened to hear that, and I say stop it if it helps. I will say this, and I'll say it right to the camera: stop it.
While you can still say anything you want on many street corners, on the privately owned platforms of the internet, companies like Twitter say they at least hope to mute the worst of it. John Hendren, Al Jazeera.